Welcome to the 5th installment of this mini podcast style series called the 12 Principles of Permaculture. Today is a very overwhelming principle, quite frankly. For me, it is to produce no waste. I do not know of any farms or homesteads that are 100% zero waste. I think that's a very tall order. The closest that I can possibly think of are two French farmers that run a minimal number of acres in a permaculture fashion out of France. Their names are Perrine and Charles Evechrier, and they have a book called Miraculous Abundance. It is highly worth checking out. That being said, we do the best that we can. So some things that we are doing, obviously, we're composting manure from the animals and reusing it in our growing spaces. We are composting food scraps because when they go to a landfill, they get stuck in an anaerobic environment and actually produce harmful gases when they don't have access to air. They can't break down properly. Any spent hay from the animals is swept and collected in a wagon, and we take that hay and we put it out in our pastures where the animals graze, because hay is full of seed. And when you have the stems from the hay to cover that up, it creates a great mulch and kind of keeps those seeds intact and in place. So it's sort of like a reseeding that occurs. In addition to that, feed bags, if we're giving away compost to friends or we're setting some out at the farm stand, we reuse feed bags to give away the compost in. My homestead resides primarily on a triangular shaped hillside. My water spigot is at the base of the hill. And every day when I fill my horse troughs with water, I have to run the hose line all the way from the base of the hill to the top where the water troughs reside. Well, that means when it's time to turn off the water spigot, there's a whole lot of water that runs back down through the hose. So rather than let that go back into the well, which would be fine, I unscrew the hose from the spigot and I use that water that's running back down the hill through the hose line to fill water buckets for the ducks and the guinea hens, because there's no need or energy coming from the well in order to draw up water. It's already up and it's already there. So I figure I might as well use it. Cardboard boxes from items that are shipped in the mail are broken down and used in our no-till growing spaces. I've done a lot of reels and informational posts on that, so we use the majority of our boxes here. But I think when you're looking at being a zero-waste homestead, right, it goes beyond just the farm and the animals. It also goes into the kitchen and in the home. So food scraps, I will have a section in my book that's coming out in March about what food scraps from the kitchen can go to which animals safely. So we try to feed, and if we can't feed, they go in the compost heap. If we have excess of anything, we try to use it up. We try not to have excess in the first place. It's changed the way that we bring things into our home. We're looking for products created and manufactured using bamboo, linen, or other materials that don't require as much energy and or are completely renewable. And then there's just the whole thing of mending and make do, and trying not to buy everything all the time anyway. And if we need something new, getting it secondhand. I have a couple of posts that are kind of fun from past projects where I've taken a table without a top I found on the side of the road and turned it into a washstand. I did a mini greenhouse out of old windows, a wagon made out of pallets from a wagon gear I had with a busted top. So there's all kinds of ways to reuse things that we do get creative with here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have ideas for how to reduce, reuse, or recycle anything, please leave that in the comments below. We are all learning and all trying to do better. See you next time.